Humanae Vitae does laud people, the generosity of those who can have large families. That's a wonderful thing. It is a huge blessing. It's a huge blessing for everybody that there are large families. I think people who have large families are doing this world this enormously huge service. And often I find these people say, well, gee, I should be doing more for pro-life, or I should be doing this. You've got to be kidding. You're raising, let me do that, right? I'm the one that's not raising a household of children. You're the one that has your hands full all day long. And it's a wonderful thing, the kind of tolerance, again, patience, diversity that comes in any large family. This one family I know that has 9, after they had 6, the kids were catching on to the fact that there was always going to be one more. And they asked Mom and Dad if next time they could have a black child. Now, since they weren't African Americans, this was not going to be so easy to do. And a little genetic explanation was involved. And they said, well, okay, could we have a handicapped child next time, right? And they actually wanted a deaf child so they could all learn sign language. They thought that would be cool. Again, I think that shows, in any family that's over about 5, at least one is really weird, right? Okay, and you're right. I was the weird one, all right, in my family. And it's really nice for us weird people to have these other people that have to love us, all right, and that have learned to love us over the years. It's a really nice thing. And to learn to love weird people is a really wonderful thing. You just don't say that person's weird. You say, oh, I got a brother like that. I got a sister like that. They're weird, but they're okay. There's something like that. I have friends who now have 6 under 12, and the oldest one is really a child genius. He taking math courses at college level, has been for the last 3 years, getting A's, straight A's, completely out of it. Very hard to make contact with his child. When he was in he had to repeat kindergarten, lack of social skills, and one of my friends asked him, do you like school? And he said, no, I don't really like school. And he said, do you have any friends? No, I don't have any friends. The other kids are really weird. And he said, why do you think they're weird? He says, well, they ask me stupid questions like, what planet are you from? He said, like they don't know. Okay? See, God protects us from ourselves. We weird people don't realize when people are asking us what planet we're from, okay? That they're telling us they're weird. We think they're just stupid, okay? So this same family has recently had a Down syndrome baby. The last baby was Down's baby. So my friend says, now she's got these 6 kids now. At opposite ends, she's got this child genius, and she's got this Down's baby. And she says the 4 in the middle, she said, I actually think it's my 4 normal kids who are the real hardship. She said these other 2 are so sweet and innocent, they're no problem at all. She says the normal ones that are giving me the headaches day in and day out. But you can imagine what's going to come out of that family, the tolerance, the patience, the love of all the variety of humanity. But a lot of people can't have a large family, right? But you can develop large family values in any household. But you need large families in a sense to show you how to do it, right? You see that it's being done. You say, I want to replicate that in my household. We might not be able to have a large family, but we can bring children in. We can do all sorts of things that develop that ethos in the household.
When we got married, we had different ideas about what our family would look like down the road, how many children we would have. I came from a family where I just had one brother, me and one much older brother. And that just seemed kind of normal, and I knew that there were families that had lots of kids, but I couldn't really see myself in that role. But when we started having children, with each child, we never made a decision really as to how many children we wanted to have. It was always, well, we've had a child here, should we have another one? Are we open to having another one now, or soon, or what's? It was always sort of trying to make decisions about the possibility of a next child, not 7,
I remember the day that our oldest son, Nate, was born. He was born at home. We had a home birth, and I remember standing with him he was born in the bathroom, and I remember standing with him in the bathroom and thinking, today, June 26th, has passed by 25 times, and it meant nothing to me. Now it's a holiday. This new day of the year. I passed by this day so many times not recognizing it for what it was going to be, and now it's become a holiday in our family. And I've had that experience with every one of them, thinking, how exciting that, July 6th, January 30th, and all these other dates have now become little landmarks on every calendar of our family and of our growth together.
Yeah, I think, sorry, I think sometimes people think, if you have a lot of children, over 3, that it must get kind of mundane after a while, because you have other children and they they're all going to kind of look like each other and everything. But with each new baby, it is such a rush of joy, and that's what keeps us having more babies. I'm almost 40, and I don't look forward to the end of my fertility now, because that's such a special time in your life, that you have that opportunity to bring forth new life and to experience it and to smell the new baby smell. And every parent will know what that smell is, and whenever someone has a baby, they want to rush over there and smell it right away.
It smells like a baby.
And it seems to me like the more children that couples have, the more they really appreciate that time of babiness.
And I think a really sad thing is that so many people think of children as little responsibilities. They hear I have 7 kids and they think I must have 7 times the burdens that they do. But the children are not just responsibilities, they're little people that I get to know. I have these relationships. I mean, we've been doing a lot of reading of folk tales together as a family in the evening, and having my children gathered around me as I read them a story, and they quietly listen and they cuddle up with me, and the older ones get the little jokes and the younger ones are so excited to be sitting by Daddy. And I mean, it's a tremendous richness. I've been blessed and blessed and blessed. And I know that as these children grow older, we have 7 now, God's providence, we may have 8 or 9. These are going to be 7, 8 or 9 grown-ups that will call me up on the phone and will come over to my house with their children, and it will be my friends, my good friends that I'll have around me at my bedside when I pass on to the next life. I'm not just raising children, I'm raising men and women who will be my closest friends, along with my wife, that I'll ever know in this world.
My children are such great gifts to me, and as they get older, I appreciate them more and more. Now that I have older children to babysit for me, it's much easier having babies. When you have older children, that's one thing that I wish somebody would have told me, is that the first few are harder when you only have little children around, but then when you have a baby and you have a 13-year-old to help you hold the baby, that's such it's such a wonderful thing, because the baby is getting the gift of having that older sibling to take care of them, and that older sibling is having the gift of being able to take care of their baby brother or sister, and the parent is having the gift of watching those interactions that are just so precious that you can't buy that, So even if you have a little bit less money, because children do cost money, the richness of the family life is something that's really new to me, because I'm from a small family, and I don't remember having a baby brother or a baby sister, but for my own children, I feel like that is such a gift that we can give them, and that makes me want to have another baby, because I want to see, I want to see my son when he's 16 holding our new baby and his little baby brother or sister. It's a very sweet thing.